All right, guys, we're back with another one. Happy Tuesday. It is a good day to see Bitcoin busting out through the $50,000 mark. It makes my heart very happy. And while we are still focused a lot on Bitcoin, we are on the cusp, the verge of possibly the big, no, scratch that. Not possibly. It will be the largest altcoin season that this world has ever seen by far. So on today's video, guys, we're going to tell you exactly where we are in approach to that altcoin season, what altcoin seasons are doing absolutely phenomenally right now, and how to play it. All right, guys, if you're excited for this video, do me a favor, absolutely destroy that button. If you're happy for Bitcoin at $50,000, destroy that like button. If you feel like you don't have enough Bitcoin and now it's $50,000, destroy that like button. And if you're new to the channel, what's up? My name is Chasse. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. My goal here is to bring you guys as much alpha as humanly possible to make sure that you absolutely crush it and make life-changing gains in this upcoming super cycle of a lifetime. All right, guys, here we are. So just smash that like button. If you're watching this and it's below 50K, smash it and it'll go back up. And if you keep smashing, as it goes, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 views, look, going up and up and up and up and up. So this chart is something to behold. And I guess the weekly close was a beautiful thing. We talked about it on Friday. And it was the highest weekly close in 2 years. Highest price in 2 years. And I can't say that I'm surprised at all. I think a lot of people are surprised at how fast it is coming. They thought it would be much more gradual, right? But we do see an enormous amount of inflows coming. Set aside, just all the normal market psychology we talk about already. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, you know we talk about the fact of pre-market corrections, which we had, the pre-market or pre-halving rallies, which we're going into, and I think we're about 60 days, don't quote me on that, away from this halving. So actually it's on the 20th of April, so a bit over that. But anyway, we're getting net positive inflows every day. So David G says, my bullish estimates from the initial ETF announcement are getting blown out of the water so far. The boomer flow is insane. If it stays at even half the current rate of $300 to $400 million a day, supply shock on Bitcoin would be unfathomable. No one is bullish enough. And guys, I made a video on this specifically on the supply shock of Bitcoin. I will link it in the description down below. Make sure you go watch it to really understand, if you don't, just how severe this is. And you guys know, unlike David G, unlike Jay Seyfarth and Bloomberg analysts, I knew this was going to be a big deal. I knew the appetite was there. You could just see it leading up to it. You could see how fanatic the crypto community is, and it's infectious. And even the boomers are getting the orange pilled, right? And they're it's exciting. One of the reasons that I love Bitcoin so much is it's a net positive for the world. It's a neutral asset. It doesn't belong to any single country or any countries at all. It's a peaceful protest of anarchy, and it works, and it's being adopted. And that is a beautiful thing, and that is a sign of optimism. And I think that's one of the things that captivated me a lot about crypto and blockchain when I came into it. And what I noticed about those of us who work in this industry full time is we have this constant state of optimism that the world is going to be a good place. Whereas if you're not in this industry full time, it's harder to see that when you're around negative people at work and, things don't seem to be going so well. So it's just really, really nice to be in this environment. But basically, Will Clemente says, anyone who has bought the spot ETF at all from all the issuers is now in profit. Bravo. So, and imagine these guys now who have ever been using BlackRock and Fidelity and VanEck to go buy their ETFs, they're now telling their friends, hey, guess what? You know that $100,000 I just put in Bitcoin? Yeah, well, it's up 20% already. 20% in a week. What? These are the conversations that are being had on a daily basis. Now, Andrew Kang made a great post here, essentially talking about the flows. And I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I will read the first paragraph. So it says, long-term Bitcoin demand flows this year, I approximate to be 40 to 130 billion. One of the most common cardinal signs of crypto investor traders is underappreciating the amount of wealth, incoming liquidity in the world as it spills over into crypto. We hear stats about the market cap of gold, stocks, real estate so often that it likely turns into noise for many. Many in crypto get stuck in their own little bubble. But the more you travel, the more you meet other business owners, high net worth individuals, etc. Even for me, some people from royal families recently and things like that, it really does start to open your mind how incomprehensibly massive the amount of money there is in this world and how much of that can come into Bitcoin and crypto and our precious altcoins. Let me put this into perspective with a rough demand sizing exercise. So then he goes into his household, It's an interesting thing. Follow Andrew Kang if you're not already a good analyst. And basically at the end, to sum it all up, he ats Chris Berninsky, who thinks we're going lower. He says, with all due respect, Chris, I don't think that we're going to see anything in the 40s ever again. I would tend to agree. We saw our correction, right? We saw the post ETF sell-off, that 20-something%, and now it's into pre-halving rally. So it's exciting. I still haven't placed a big long yet, but we know where we are. At least I feel pretty comfortable with where we are. And for me, guys, it's always about zooming out and long term, right? Who cares what happens in the next week or two? It's what happens over the course of the next 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, 5 years, right? Because that's really what will change your life. You're likely not going to make any type of move that changes your life in the next week or two, right? Or 3 or 4. So don't stress about them so much. But look at the long-term perspective of what's going on and realize just how magnificent this is and appreciate that. So this is the Google Trends chart. Now, I didn't pull up the one I should have for 2017 because 2017 was even higher than 2020, the 2021 bull run. But you can see the Google search terms for Bitcoin in 2021 up here, where we are today, February, as of yesterday, 12th, extremely low. We are at 25% of the interest of 2021, but only 30% of the interest of all-time high for Bitcoin. So we know that really that retail isn't even here, which is exciting because we're still calm, cool, collected. This is like normal, rational, and we're doing good gains, guys. If you're watching this channel, like we're all up extremely well. And you guys who are active in the VVIP group and help each other out in there are even up even more. So if you guys want to get in that group, make sure that you use the instructions in the description below. It's free to get in, and a lot of people find a ton of value in there. As we begin going into more, more IDO season and things like that, there'll be more alpha in there as well for you guys. So this is just the yearly chart of Bitcoin, beautiful. And the question is, will we have a new all-time high before halving? I think the answer is yes. That's me. I'm always that eternal optimist though, right? But I do believe it, right? I do believe, I was talking to people today that were so surprised with this huge 5% jump in Bitcoin today. To me, it didn't shock me at all. This is just what's supposed to happen for an asset that since not 2012 I was convinced, but I was pretty damn sure by like 2015, 16 that this would be a reserve, right? A world reserve currency. Because it makes the most sense. And I'm still trying to figure out my positioning here because for you guys who are the audience, because I have, of my liquid assets, I have probably about 40% in Bitcoin. Yeah, 30, 40%. I think that's a pretty good number for me. You know, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of influencers say that, you know, in this bull run, that Bitcoin's not the place to be. And in fact, Rayan earlier on Banjo just made a video today, very, very good. Go check it out, about the history of being in Bitcoin the whole time since 2011 or playing the altcoins. And very good point. And this channel is about altcoins, right? That's where we are going to make bread and butter. But I think what I'm just getting excited about here is the possibility of the supply shock coming in to Bitcoin. What in the early days, you know, us, the Bitcoin maximalists were talking about, and the video I just made recently about where there just won't be any Bitcoin left for people to buy, right? We know there's 55 million millionaires on the planet. There's like 21 million Bitcoin ever minted. 4 of them lost or stolen forever, lost forever. So every millionaire on the planet couldn't have 1 Bitcoin if they wanted to. And these things are getting hoovered up daily by the the ETF issuers. So, and governments and pension funds, it's going to be crazy. This is going to go faster than a lot of people think and higher than a lot of people think. Guys, and before we go on to the altcoin section, make sure this is very, very important, guys. Please look at, I am in the UAE right now, and I'm not using my VPN intentionally for this video. And you can see I'm exposed. I'm using my SIM card, one of them from Thailand. And now anyone on the internet can see all of my traffic. They can see my SIM card. They can see all my stuff. And I don't have anything that Nord offers, like threat protection, for example, if you're about to open or be warned against malicious links or malware, things that will steal your cryptocurrency. There's a really, really good deal right now, guys. It's $2.88 a month for 2 years, plus you get 4 months for free when you use my affiliate link. That's less than a cup of coffee a month, right? For protecting your assets, protecting your usernames, your passwords, your time, your sanity, and your money. Extremely important. Privacy protecting. Make sure you guys do it. Use the link down in the description below. Let me know if you guys do. And if you like Nord, Nord's my favorite. So far, I've tried many different ones. Nord has been my favorite. And Hasaka is back. Our boy Hasaka, after taking a month chilling while the markets were doing its thing, when he's back, it's time to pay attention. Why? Because whenever this guy or this gal tweet about something, God candles come. And it says right now the alt Bitcoin turbo revision after Bitcoin God candle, right? So we are seeing somewhat of a Bitcoin God candle for Bitcoin's sake, but we'll get into the rotation of alt season here in just a second. So Salsa Tequila says earlier from Andrew's tweet that we quoted, this is the only correct take. None of the bear takes makes any sense to me at all, right? Nobody, don't short, don't wait for dips, but I'm also not giving you financial advice, but there's just, if you've been watching this channel for long enough, you know there's just no reason in the world to be bearish right now, nothing. And another thing that in Andrew's big long thing that I didn't read all the way through, talks about like the only kinds of overhang we have of sell pressure that are working against all the buy pressure from the ETF issuers, and it's negligible and it's going away soon. And the halving and emissions is getting cut in half very, very soon as well. So what altcoins are flying right now? You've got Mavia, Dimension, Zeta, Jupiter, and Pyth. Well, guys, Pyth as you know, one of the things that I felt was important to mention when I saw this post, because you guys know that when Pyth came out, I wasn't outspoken against it whatsoever, right? I was outspoken against the Pyth will be the new Chainlink narrative. Pyth is a price feed data oracle thing, and they are getting a lot of good adoption, right? And that adoption is strong, right? And when the project Supra Oracles comes out soon, it will also get a lot of attention and mind share as well. But right now, Pyth seems to be following the TIA playbook. Stake, get airdrops, value go up. Good pumpamentals. Now, Crypto Popeye made these two charts and asking if these look a little familiar. This is the TIA chart over here, which we know has been up only. And this is Zeta over here, right? Here. Now, you guys, my tweets are a little out of whack, but a little bit, it's okay. Just hold that into that Zeta 1 second. So before we get into Zeta, this is just the real quick. I'm going to talk about this pre-alt season accumulation phase, which was 98 days here back for the last bull market. And you can see here, we're about halfway through this pre-accumulation phase, and we don't even know the massive size that might get brought in from this alt season. But inevitably what happens is Bitcoin acts, it's the orange pill. It acts as like the gateway drug into the crypto ecosystem, right? And those conservatives who never touched crypto before, finally, now that good old Larry says it's okay from BlackRock to buy Bitcoin, they go buy Bitcoin, right? And then it went up like 10% over like 3 months, and they're like, "Wow, that's exciting." But then they find out like Ethereum went up even more because of it, and then Chainlink went up 300 since Kyle mentioned it. It's been up 3 times since. Wow, and this is the gateway into our ecosystem of why alt season is so powerful, because all the money starts and rotates again from Bitcoin, Ethereum, major caps, mid caps, and so on and so forth. So I'm just excited for this here, guys. Speaking of Zeta, what is all this, guys, about? What is all this? What are these comments? Zeta, explain. Zeta imploded. Obvious paid shill. What about ZetaChain? You were calling 5x down 30%. Ugh. Any news on Zeta going down ever since I bought it? Well, I bought a lot of Zeta, and I made a video about it, and I told you the high conviction I had in it, right? Because of the unique narrative it had, it wasn't like another layer 2 competing with it for another layer 2, right? And if you want to go watch the video on that, you haven't seen it yet, I suggest that you go watch that video. I don't know where it is. I'll link it in the description below as well. But go watch that video and learn about Zeta, why I'm so bullish on it, and why I bought a tremendous amount of it. And it's been on fire. We mentioned it on this channel at $1.23 or $5 or something. Now it's at $2. So we're approaching a 2x here pretty quick. Inside of a couple weeks. Again, only in crypto, guys, only in crypto. So Link, and of course Link, guys, almost smashed through $20. Now it's about 3x, not almost 3x, since I made that video. If you guys have been on this channel for a long time, if you're new to the channel, I made a video where the title is telling people what I did, where I literally put $1 million into Chainlink at like $7.40 after I had learned really went in depth about CCIP, the cross-chain interoperability protocol, what that was going to do for the world of blockchain. And this is the easiest play in crypto. It's the easiest play in crypto, Chainlink, right? You want to be a blue chip? It's Link. It is Link. It's the easiest play, guys. I still have that conviction today, even at this price. This is a no-brainer. Again, people always cringe when they find out what I think the price will actually be $1,000 in the next bull run, not this coming one. But I would bet something on it. If you guys want to bet something, let me know in the comments in the description below. We'll throw something on it, a little fun. But I'm just so certain on Link, and you guys hear me mention it time and time and time again. I love to find these projects that have essentially been building something for so long that is so necessary for the space, that was overlooked by everybody else, and they managed to just really get a foothold and almost like a monopoly in this space. And that's what Link has done. Now, the other one, guys, is Banana Gun. Now, Banana Gun, you've heard me talk about all the time, and I always kind of giggle inside because, well, it sounds like a meme coin, right? But it's not. It's a sniper bot, how people make a ton of money. And so Crypto Sivo says, you're telling me these stats aren't bullish and it won't ever get to the top 100 on market cap? Banana stats in just the past 2 weeks, $220.7 million in volume, $1.44 million in revenue, $574,000 distributed to banana holders. Annualized, that would be $5.74 billion in volume, $37.3 million in revenue, and $14.9 million dispersed to token holders. That is great. That is very good. I hope that I like these. You guys, if you know that I like protocols with real world revenue that is being earned and redistributed to the protocol, right? And that is, and yeah, one bad comment about, but who cares? And then paid, like right now, approaching, like long time, like, well, it's been doing really, really well. And I'm just very happy to see that people, I think that I'm hearing more and more people talk about, and we're getting more conviction on the radical approach we decided to take as opposed to the other launchpad models. There's a lot more that we're building, a lot more unique stuff that we're going to introduce to you guys here in the coming months. But, it was really looking at what did I think a lot of the smartest projects were doing, how the token works with revenue, with fees, with everything, right? And building a protocol that can live in perpetuity or live and go forever, and always create value and make sure that value is kept within the token ecosystem and not extracted out into some centralized company or team like the paid team, for example, right? None of the value in the paid token or the paid ecosystem is going to the paid team. It's going to the paid community, the paid DAO, the paid token, right? And yeah, we have some exciting launches coming up. Been talking to some really great projects as well. Excited for it, guys. And that's going to wrap it up today. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.